In this next set of tutorials, I'm going to be covering Civil 3D. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to open it. I'm just going to go to Start and go to All Programs. And I'm going to look for the Autodesk directory. And in this particular tutorial, I have AutoCAD Civil 3D 2013 installed. When I expand this directory, I notice I have several icons in here going on, or several programs, I guess you can kind of think of it going on in here. And the one that I'm going to be interested in is the one that says English Imperial. Now, if this is your first time ever using Civil 3D, chances are you're going to have to right-click on it the first time only and click Run as Administrator. If you've opened Civil 3D already before and it's already gone through its long, elaborate setup process, then you only need to just click on it. And the first run initialization usually appears. And like I said, if it's your first time opening it, you have to run it as administrator, and you'll have a different window than this that appears. It'll be like a little setup window. And what it's doing is configuring your material libraries and your language packs and all those things. And once it opens, you'll get a little welcome window that appears. That looks something like this, and this is kind of a great conversation starter as to what is Civil 3D. And Civil 3D is a computer-aided drafting program. At a basic level, it operates like AutoCAD, so those of you that are pretty familiar with AutoCAD, it's the exact same thing, except it's got a bunch of fancy plugins. The term Civil 3D implies it has been designed for a specific field of practice, civil engineers. Civil 3D is basically a dynamic engineering modeler. So those of you that are in the civil engineering profession, this is a great program for you. If you're in landscape architecture, a lot of the things that we do kind of overlaps with what civil engineers do. We may not be able to sign off on drawings like civil engineers can, but we can at least operate and use the same programs that civil engineers use. Civil 3D contains intelligent objects. And we tend to call them dynamic intelligent objects because they're not exactly really static. They can change as you make change to the drawings. So Civil 3D contains intelligent objects such as points, alignments, profiles, cross-sections, surfaces, corridor models, parcels, and grading objects. Dynamic intelligent objects will update other objects when a change is made to one intelligent object. All of these objects are stored in the Civil 3D drawing versus an external database. So for right now, you may not exactly know what is a surface, an alignment, a profile, or a corridor, or an intersection. But what I'm basically doing here is I'm just trying to give you just a general awareness that they're not just simple points, lines, and polygons. They're actual objects that contain information, and as you make a change to one object, it updates the other objects with it. Civil 3D also has something called styles. All of these objects that I mentioned previously are style-based objects, meaning they are visually controlled by style settings. There are three different types of styles used within Civil 3D. The first one is called object styles. Object styles control how the object is displayed, such as contours, triangles, color, line type. And right now you don't know what that kind of means, but we'll learn what that mean as we progress through these series of tutorials. The second one is label styles. Label styles controls the annotation of the object. One example would be station labels or spot elevation labels. The third one is table styles. Table styles control the display of tables that display information about objects. Multiple document interface. And what that means is Civil 3D supports multiple document interface, which basically means it will allow you to have multiple drawings open simultaneously.